Good morning, everybody. I'm very happy to have this opportunity to share with you the strategy of Renault regarding environment with a specific focus on batteries for EV. This strategy is an answer to the huge challenge of the global warming threat to be below 2 degrees Celsius. And this has consequences on mobility and automotive industry that you can watch on this chart. The 2 degrees is mentioned here. I will make the pointer. Okay. So the impact means that globally we have to cut by 43% the CO2 emissions from now to 2050. On the transport emissions, because of the global economy that requires increasing transportation, the plan consists to accept to have an increase of the CO2 from transport limited to 3%, compensated by other part of the economy. And to achieve that, because the heavy transportation like ships, like trains, like trucks, like aeroplanes, this leads to cut by 32% the emission of the fleet of the cars from now to 2050. And this means that in 2050, the market must be 84% below the current market. So you can see the very huge effort that we have to provide to reduce the emissions of the production of our cars by 2050. So saying so, there is 3 main issues to overcome to reach these targets. One is the access shortage for the resources. The second one is the sourcing traceability, and the third one is usage efficiency. Regarding access shortage, you all know that the resources on the Earth are not infinite, and for instance, copper reserve could end within 37 years, which is not so far. For the sourcing traceability, you know that collecting the materials has some impact on social and environmental aspects, and this is very important to take into account. And last but not least, today, a car is really an asset which is not very well used, because it is parked at least 92% of the time. So we do not use such asset as it could be. To answer to these challenges, Renault considers 3 transversal actions in order to overcome these 3 environmental stakes. So again, the stakes are climate, for sure, as we said, city and health, for air quality, for instance, and the resources. And to answer to these 3 challenges, we play on 3 transversal actions. First one is new mobility services to improve this asset. Second one is to promote the development of electric vehicle, and the last one is to promote circular economy. And those solutions support our future performance to maintain a leadership on these 3 axes, to provide and secure competitiveness, and to make an agile and sustainable transition. And Renault has made a commitment to cut by 25% the carbon footprint from 2010 to 2022, and we are exactly on track to that. For that, Renault has been a pioneer for the circular economy and is recognized among many industries you can see here. To do so, we increase the recycled content, and I will explain why. We increase the recycled materials in closed loops, and we push the reuse, repair, and refurbish parts. That leads to an internal KPI to increase by 100 million euros the business on this topic. Let us now see the position of Renault on all along this process of circular economy. You have here the different steps for this circular economy, and you can see here that regarding the different steps, we could be leader or experienced or learner. Learner is for the mobility, where we try to intensify the usage of the car, but we are pioneer for the electric vehicle second life. I will show why. We are benchmark for closed loop recycling. We are experienced for reusing old engines and reconfiguring them. And we are definitely leader for using recycled materials that are over 30% at Renault. So to achieve this leadership, we have built a complete ecosystem built with 4 subsidiaries. 2 of them are 100% property of Renault, and 2 of them, Indra and Boone, also our joint venture with Suez. So with these 4 subsidiaries, we cover all the different parts of the circular economy. With Indra, we cover how we can reuse parts. And Gaia is a sort of control tower to monitor and to control all the way to collect recycled materials and to use them for new production. Choisy, as I mentioned, is a way to reconfigure old engines and to reuse them. And finally, we are in the process to expand all this asset worldwide for new zones and activity, and we focus mainly on electric vehicle. As you can see here, we cover all these different aspects with growing impact. We had, for instance, achieved the catalytic reuse for the precious metals, for bumpers, and for battery. I will explain that. We consider the second life for the battery and battery repair too. Now I want to move to electric vehicle and batteries. As you certainly know, Renault has been pioneer for electric vehicles since 2011. And a recent publication from Transport and Environment explained that electric cars are far better for the environmental than diesel, which is shown on this figure. If you consider the complete life cycle from cradle to grave, if you consider the usage, the electricity production, and the manufacturing, when you consider the diesel car versus electric cars in different conditions, in any case, electric vehicles are better. The worst case could be in Poland, where electricity production is mainly from coal. But if you consider the European Union, it's better. And for sure, if you consider France or Norway, where the electricity is carbon-free, it is definitely better by a ratio of 80%, even if the production, the manufacturing is more demanding for CO2 compared to ICE car. The result at the end is definitely better. So of course, for EV, the battery is the most critical system. And this is why at Renault, we consider the full life cycle in order to minimize the environment impact. So it's clear that the electricity has to move to phase out coal and use more and more carbon-free production. And in our case, we consider 3 steps. The first life, where we optimize the battery usage. We consider the second life to use the battery for the grid. And finally, recycling the battery, and already 100% of the battery are collected and more than 50% of the materials are recycled from now. A few examples of that. For the second life, we have different agreements with actors. Here it is Connected Energy, which is a well-known actor, but we work also with companies like Bouygues Energy. And we have put in place with them the reuse of battery that are no more able to supply 80% of the promise for the range of the car. And these batteries contribute to a stationary storage system in Europe and can play at least more than 7 or 8 years more after they finish their life in the battery. And for recycling, we have already put in place the complete cycle. 100% of the battery are collected by Renault, and we are beyond the regulation because more than 50% of the weight of the battery are recycled, and especially we collect more than 80% of the critical components like cobalt, copper, and nickel. And to sum up, Renault plays on all the segments of the life of the battery to control the smallest impact on the environment, as you can see here. As I say, for the production, we use renewable energy. We contribute for smart charging during the life of the battery in order to optimize the link with the energy production. Vehicle to grid is already on track. And as I mentioned, the second life is also used and recycling. So with that, we think that we can really push electric vehicle to be the ultimate way to achieve the aggressive challenge we have for global warming. Thank you for your attention.